Good morning. Well, I thought I camped alone, but I woke up and there's another hammocker. I wonder when they came in last night. I just finished breakfast and I couldn't find my walnuts, which is weird because I remember packing them specifically. But maybe I put them in the other box. Anyway, all my stuff fits in my bear can, and this is just day 2, which makes me very nervous. I hope I have enough food. I almost forgot my yoga practice. I'm pretty good at making habits, but these habits on trail have eluded me a bit. I think the key to habit creating is when you realize you forgot, you just do it anyway. On my yoga mat, laying and looking at the trees, all the leaves budding. Just finished my practice. So glad I'm doing that. It makes such a difference. I noticed my calves are tight. Everything else feels pretty good. And I was able to do a few back bends and really get into my chest, which will help with breathing later. I'm just happy. I am gonna get ready and pack up. It's 8 o'clock, which is kind of late start, but I'm a little nervous about the miles today. I want to make bigger miles, but I also want to be kind to myself. So let's see how I pace it. Oh, and I'm covered in leaves. My yoga mat's not really big enough, but that's okay. It's really rocky through here. I am slowly moving away from the water. It's just about 8:30. Well, it was when I started. And that's super late for me in my normal, backpacking world. But I forget that this is not normal. So let it be. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a piece of metal on the rock, and there's 2 more down here. These are created to hold and step on as you go over this flat rock. Sorry, dude. Didn't mean to scare ya. It's so colorful. These first couple of miles have been pretty much up, but there's a lot of switchbacks, which makes it nice. I'm giving myself a lot of grace today. This is my last day on medication, and so I'm really hopeful that I will still feel better without it. Last few weeks have been quite a journey. I want to do some reflection on that at some point. I've learned quite a bit. One thing I've been thinking about is that I have tried to just take my regular hiking style and bring it out to the Appalachian Trail. And it just doesn't work. Not for me anyway. I'm used to pushing miles and having a goal at the end of the day. And I find that when I do that here, I end up depleted and I'm not taking my time to enjoy all the things. So these last couple of days of doing yoga in the morning and even at night, and stopping to pause and breathe and look at the, flowers and centipedes, millipedes and snails and all of that, it's really brought a lot more joy into my days. I found a pen. I don't know why I would need a pen, but I found it. So I'm gonna carry it maybe to the next shelter and leave it in the logbook. This is the junction for Saunders Shelter, but it's a 1/4 of a mile off trail and I don't have any reason to go there. have enough water. So I will just continue along on my journey. When I started today, the first water was 6 miles away. So I brought enough for those 6 miles. I looked at the weather, my last little break, and it's supposed to be 70 and cloudy today. That's like perfect for me, and I'm really enjoying this breeze, keeping me cool. And the weather for the next few days looks good, actually. Now, my experience is that changes so often that it's really not an accurate prediction of what's going to happen. But if that's the case, that would be absolutely wonderful. I've realized how much weather is important in my mood. The rainy days really got me down, and the cold for sure. And part of that was because I can't do my practice. I don't want to stop and take breaks and all of that when I'm cold and wet. I just realized my camera lens was smudged, so I fixed it. I've been walking this ridge for a while. The sun is coming out and it's getting warmer, but the breeze is still there occasionally, which I love. I should be coming up to a road along with that water source, and I've challenged myself, well, I did this morning, to not look at the app, the Far Out Guide, until I get there. This is called Stagnant Pond, and that's what it looks like. Not sure I would want to drink any of that water. So rule of thumb, the smaller the water source, the better, cleaner. And definitely you want it to be flowing. Look, there's a perfect seat next to my water source. I'm going to take a break here. It's so nice being able to eat food again. And peanut butter is settling pretty well, so that's good. My favorite snack. Apple peanut butter, and this is my last sourdough. Wish I could find more sourdough English muffins because these have been fantastic. I've been taking little mini breaks every hour and a half or so to sit down, have a snack, stretch, and I think that's really important. I don't have a real goal today. They've already gone 6, and I do hope to go another 9. I think I can do that, but I'm gonna check in after these next 6 miles and see how I feel. It's a 50-mile section between Damascus and Marion, and so I would love to get there in 4 days. But we'll take it one day at a time. The Appalachian Trail joins the Virginia Creeper Trail for a little bit. I hope not too long though. This is not fun walking. It connects for a long time. I feel like I've been on this Creeper Trail for a mile. It was gravel road, which I don't like, but the bridge is cool. It's pretty far down. Looks like there is a parking lot down there. Just took a mini bath in that stream and also wet down my buff so that I could keep it around my neck and try to keep cool. It's starting to warm up. It feels really good to be in this tunnel right now where it's nice and cool. Temperature has definitely risen, and It's hot out there. I can hear cars, so I know I'm coming up to a road. Actually, it's right there between the trees. Look at this giant pine forest. It's just so full of trees. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and this is the hard time of day for me. I get tired, and the rest of this afternoon is mostly a climb. So I've just given myself, I guess, the challenge a little bit of continuing until about 5:30 and then seeing how I feel no matter where or what distance I've covered. Here's one of those gates I showed in another video. Basically, they're too narrow together that the animals can't get through. And this one has added measures of a big step over. That was a big bunch of steps. This looks like a cemetery for trees. So weird. All the dead trees. I'm about 3.5 miles away from my big goal that I planned earlier today, so that makes me feel good. I've been taking it really slowly and just kind of walking instead of trying to hike and push miles, and I've taken a lot of breaks. I've taken my pack off quite a bit, almost every hour and a half, and that's made a big difference. So yeah, but it's one thing is very interesting. I've spent the last 3 days pretty much all by myself, like hiking by myself, camping by myself, and yet I don't feel lonely. And I think part of that is because I'm not sick, and so I just feel better. But the other part is, I think, you know, when I've been around other people, they haven't been really engaging or welcoming, and that feels more lonely than just being by myself. It's a totally different feel in through here. Very green. Birds have been keeping me company. Lots of rocks. Lots of rocks. Still going up. There's millions and millions and millions of these little white flowers lining the trail. Two giant trees down. I wonder if it was the winds from these last couple of weeks. Still climbing in the rocks. Less than 2 miles to go. This is just the coolest place. I wish I could show it better. These trees are amazing, especially with the moss and the mossy rocks. Still climbing. It's so different up here. Getting close to the top. I've got about a mile left to go. I don't know if you can see the layered mountains. I'm sure I'll get a better view once I get to the top. I think this is my last set of stairs, and then I'll be to the top. it to the top of this section, but there's still some climbing to do. Actually, now that I'm up here, it doesn't look like the trail goes to the left. It looks like the AT goes down from there. The trail on these balls is always so different. It's like a little groove, a little rut. The temperature is really cooling down and it's quite windy. I'm back into the green and the trees and the white flowers, at least for a little while. The comments on Guthook said this actually far out. Said this pipe was gushing. They weren't kidding. Far out comments also said there's a couple campsites right here, but definitely no hammocking. So I have all the water I need and I'm just going to walk until I find something. Let's hope there are some trees soon. I'm ready for the day to be done. Just look at this awesome campsite. It's just perfect. And I think I might even be able to see a sunset tonight. I have surface up in this field and will probably take my yoga mat up there and hang out for sunset. In the meantime, this is my little camp area. It's so cute. I really like it. There is my hammock. So I'm doing yoga and this is my view from my yoga mat. Isn't it incredible? I'm having some hot chocolate as I watch the sunset. What a great way to end the day.